Hey, we've got the head coach of the Franklin County High School volleyball team, Dale Adkins, in our studio with us today. Dale, thanks so much for being on here with us. We're happy to have you.
Thank you. I appreciate y'all having me on.
So let's start off and talk about you. You're the head coach at Franklin County High School. Tell us a little bit about your volleyball and background and coaching background, and also how long you've been at Franklin County High School.
Sure. So I grew up in this little town in southern Ohio, probably about 600 people or so. My mother was a teacher, and she actually was a volleyball coach herself. So I would always, go to practices with her as a kid, and kind of learn the drills, and then learn the rules, and then eventually I got up to being able to help coach her. When I went to college at Morehead State, and that was my first taste of actually like playing volleyball as far as like on a team or whatever. Then after I graduated, I went back home and started actually kind of coaching full time. My first year was in 2006, I want to say, and I've been pretty much coaching nonstop ever since. I've kind of been all over the place. My first varsity coaching job was at Anderson County in 2011. When I met who I'm now married to, we moved out to Western Kentucky, and I coached there in Union County for a little bit. And then recently just moved back here in 2018 and became the head coach of Franklin County, and I've been there ever since.
Nice.
I find that volleyball is like sneaky fun to watch in person, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I think people, maybe they watch it at the Olympics or whatever, but if you actually go and watch a match, it is, as far as like the pace of play and the speed and the excitement, I mean, I'd put it up against anything as far as a spectator sport. Do you find that people are starting to learn that, or are we still in the phase of like we need to educate people to get them to come out?
I think we're starting to kind of get that way as far as getting people out to watch. And like you said, volleyball is a lot different than what it was, 15, 20 years ago. The pace is a lot faster.
Well, and that's like the scoring, right? I forget what they call where you can score on any serve.
It's the rally scoring.
Rally scoring. Right.
Yeah, basically. It's a lot more position specific this year. Like we have players that will play just one position or two positions or whatever, and I think just having them being able to focus on that,
get
I
really
think
good
has
at
helped.
that
Yes,
stuff.
absolutely.
And maybe with the growth of the game, I'm sure I'm sure you do have to teach kids the rules and the scoring and all that stuff. But maybe since it's gotten popular, they probably have, like Harvey was saying, seen it on at the Olympics, or was it just last year? I think U of L and UK played a game on TV, and it was regular season game, and it was one of the highest rated regular season volleyball games ever. So I'm sure you're probably seeing a little bit of that. Kids know the sport a little bit better.
And I think UK winning the national championship in 2021, I think, has really
That's
helped,
right.
especially
totally
in
forgot about
this
that.
area.
Well, let's talk about the we're talking about Franklin County High School's volleyball program, and you said you've been there since 2018. Talk about the progression of the program since then.
Sure. So when I got there, it was kind of one of those. I was living in Hopkinsville at the time, teaching in Christian County, and when I got hired, I was able to go see my girls like one time before dead period, and I remember taking that 3-hour ride home from Frankfurt and just wondering what in the world have I got myself into. It was one of those situations. But the team has been awesome. That's my group of seniors right there on the TV right now. They're just amazing. But we've slowly but surely kind of built this program up to where we want, and we feel like this year is going to be our all-in year, that we can hopefully do something that Franklin County's never done before. So.
And you all had your first scrimmage last night?
We had our first scrimmage last night against Wayne County.
How'd that go?
Really well. Varsity and JV both won in straight sets. Our freshmen are still kind of getting the feel for it, and getting the feel for playing together. But we were really happy with all three teams last night.
Nice. And you all had the Bluegrass State games over this past weekend?
Yeah, we had Bluegrass State games this weekend. So there were, I think, over 100 varsity teams there for the weekend. So basically what you do is you play Friday and Saturday, and you play into a tournament on Sunday, and what they call a flight. And they had 9 flights all together, and we actually made flight 3, and we ended up winning flight 3. We ended up beating Owensboro Catholic in the finals.
Oh, congrats. That's awesome. So are these is it like an exhibition kind of tournament, like just preseason?
Yeah,
get
Bluegrass
ready?
State Games is just kind of more like a preseason showcase. Doesn't count towards scrimmages or whatever.
So when does the regular season kick off? Or
So
what
we
is it?
open up
Serve
with we open up with Anderson County on August 15th, and
Okay.
that'll be our first home game.
Well, that's right around the corner.
Yeah.
And that's is that a day before school starts? No, that's the week. So they've been in school for about a week.
Yeah,
or
our
so,
school
and then
starts
that's
on the
that's
9th.
Right.
We
We were
actually
talking about
have-
it beforehand.
yeah.
We're all.
That's okay. We actually have our second scrimmage on the 8th. We go to West Jessamine, who's a very, very good team in that region. So we'll kind of see where we are at that point.
When you talk about building up the program, how? I mean, obviously that means like getting a flow of players in. Like it's not just about coaching the kids you have there this season in varsity. What do you have to do to build that framework so that whether it's freshmen or middle school kids are ready to jump in when the time comes?
Well, I mean, you have to have high expectations. You have to be able to, tell them, hey, you got to come in with, good attitudes, be willing to be coachable, be good team players. Because volleyball is not one of those sports where just one person can be really good and you expect the team to be good. It takes pretty much everybody doing their specific position.
Yeah. And you mentioned expectations, and I think they're pretty high for the upcoming season. Yeah.
Yeah, we've really set the bar high this year. We really think. Now, Franklin County has never won a regional tournament since they've been a volleyball team. We think this year we've got just as good a shot as anybody else.
Where will the regional be held? Do you know?
That I do not know.
Okay, no, I'm just curious.
And then tournament-wise, there's a Capital City Classic as well. Right?
That's our tournament that we've hosted. I think since 2019. This will be the 5th running of it or whatever. We have 16 teams coming in, and
Wow.
it should be a pretty good time.
That's cool. Yeah, I've heard of the the high school soccer teams. They kind of have a Capital City Classic, but it's sort of restricted to 4 or 6 teams.
It's usually the
something like
local
that.
teams, and they bring in one.
And they
or
bring
two
in
other.
somebody else, like an Owen County or Woodford County or something. But so it's local school, all the local schools, and then.
Well, it's not really. I don't think any of the local schools are playing it. I think it's just
because you'll
kinda-
play them throughout the season.
Yeah,
too.
yeah,
That's right.
Yeah, we have teams coming in from pretty much all over state. We actually have one team coming in from Tennessee. So that's
Oh, nice.
that should be
So
pretty
when is the Capital City Classic?
It is September 8th and 9th. It's a Friday and a Saturday.
Great. Yeah, that'll be fun.
And then you guys have a kids camp, the Little Flyers.
Yeah, we had a kids camp this year. It's our second year that we've ran it. We had 34 out, first grade through sixth grade.
Okay.
I was excited. My daughter actually got to participate this year.
Yeah.
She'll be going into first grade. But yeah, it was fun. It's fun to watch the kids like that learn the game of volleyball, and I think it's important they learn it now, so then that way, we can build on that when they get to middle school and high school.
And I feel like it's got to be a good experience for the high school kids too, right? To mentor and.
Yeah, the high
teach.
school kids they run everything, and I mean the girls just absolutely love them. So it's such a good time, not only for the participants but also for our players as well.
Yeah. Nice.
Anything that folks can do to help support the program? Just come out to the games. If you have an opportunity to ask somebody to do something to help out, what would you say?
I mean, obviously we would love the support. I would love for. I'd love to pack a gym one of these days, just like for basketball. I think the closest is usually when we play Hills. We usually get a pretty good crowd.
Okay.
It'd be nice to get some more of the students out and more of the community out involved.
Yeah, and those games are so like to Harvey's point earlier. Those games are so exciting. We've been covering them for the last several years. Would love to be able to get out to more, but we're definitely doing the district tournament, and those games are always so fast paced and fun. And,
I know.
Yeah.
And we'll be sure to, as they come up, we'll, put them on the calendar and let folks know, when
highlight
there's a
the
game
big
tonight.
games. Well, Dale, before we let you go, and we always ask our guests the question of the day, and hopefully you've had a few minutes to kind of think about it and think about what any kind of interest in the recent evolution of beer. Are you a beer drinker?
I am. I'm not a huge beer drinker,
Yeah.
but I do enjoy, and I think I guess I would consider myself more of like a traditional.
You're not adventurous.
Yeah.
No, I mean a little bit. We have. Well, I live in Versailles, so we have. So we'll go to Versailles Brewing Company every
Sure.
now
Yeah.
and then and go and
a
try
good
out some of
spot.
their some of their local beers.
Yeah.
Yeah, we go to VBC quite often. Shout out to Mike Archer at the trivia night that they do on
Yeah,
Wednesdays.
no, I
It's
know
a
you
lot of
guys
fun.
have a
Like a
brass
standing
plate
team.
on a table, I think, where you go every Wednesday.
Yeah. Folks have a team,
Yeah.
part of our team, every week. But well, Dale, thanks so much for coming on, and also, yeah, you mentioned your daughter. She's been hanging out with us here in the studio.
Yeah,
hanging
she's
out this
been
morning.
over
She's
here.
been doing great.
Shout out to Emery.
Yeah. Well, I hope you have a good rest of your summer. I know it's coming to a close
Yep.
here with school starting next week. But again, Dale Adkins, Franklin County High School's volleyball coach.
Best of luck this year.
Yeah, good luck
Thank you
this
very
season.
much. I appreciate it.